talk about how to analyze for outliers. And what we're going to do is look at Miami, because that's where we saw that large residual occurring. What we want to see is, with such a far distance from the line, is Miami actually an outlier? So what we saw with Miami is that going that distance of 946 miles, there's this airfare of $350. And that airfare was much larger than what was being predicted. So here's Miami, just this very high cost when we would have predicted closer down to $200. So first we can kind of think about what could explain this cost. So it was just this one flight from Baltimore to Miami, and it had this cost. We don't really know anything else. So we want to think about is, are there possible reasons that would make a cost go higher? And yes, there are different factors that make airfares become more expensive. Traveling to Miami, maybe it was spring break or the holidays. There could be all sorts of factors that would make those tickets more desirable, and the airline often notices that and will bump up those prices. So there could be different factors that do make this increase cost so much higher than what we would have predicted normally. So what I wrote down here is our regression equation and correlation for the data set including Miami. So this is what we found already. And what we want to do is find this same information, but looking at the data without Miami. So what we're going to do is go to GeoGebra, where we have everything in there already. And what I want to do is take out Miami. So 946 and that 350, I'm just going to take that out of there. And then what we want to do is just run our linear regression again and see what happens. So what we can see here is we have our equation for the line. So I'm just going to write that down, that our airfare is now 0.11683 times our distance plus that 83.30861. Then what we're really interested in is R. What happened to our correlation? And our correlation is now 0.7888. So gathering this information with that potential outlier removed, what we want to do is compare these two models. And notice, is there anything meaningfully different between how we would describe the association between the two variables? And reflecting back on our number line for R, so our 0.6953 was landing right there, and this 0.7888 is landing over here. So we'd have a value right there, just about, almost at 0.8. What we want to notice is that in terms of our interpretation of the association, nothing's actually changed. We would still describe it as moderate, still has a positive direction. So since there's a meaningful difference, it's that no, because the description of the association has stayed the same. And really what we'll probably see when there is a difference is that the strength will change. You can see we almost got to the strong region, and if this had gone above 0.8, so we now say that there's a strong relationship between distance and airfare, then we would be seeing a meaningful distance, and then that would describe Miami as an outlier. However, there hasn't been a meaningful difference, so should we describe Miami as an outlier? No. It wasn't significantly different having it out of the data set, so we don't want to describe it as an outlier. But what we can do in the future is, if we're unsure, just look at the data with the point and without the point and compare the correlations to see if there's any difference there.